This episode is fueled by Mountain Ops, supplements to conquer more and crush your countdowns. Visit mountainops.com for all your supplemental needs. Fuel, recover, repeat.
You have the clap. Okay, so
Staying in.
welcome back to Countdown 2 Podcast. I'm your co-host, Drew.
I'm Leighton.
And we're brothers.
Yes, we are. And today,
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's actually the most. Brotherhood is so incredible. It's so life-giving and changing. And
Nobody wants to hear that.
And there's no sarcasm in my voice. All right, today we're talking risk versus reward, and why we chase scary goals. Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah.
Take it
My
away.
scary goal is being in a podcast with you.
Well, I'm proud of you
always
because
scary.
you face it every week.
Yep, exactly. For 39 times now.
Ew, that's disgusting. No, that's crazy. It's disgustingly crazy. So
That's right. So risk versus reward.
Yeah.
Let's
unpack
go
it.
there.
Yeah, so no, it's just interesting that us as humans, why we choose things that terrify us, scary trails, risky life decisions, big goals. Like you and I, mountain biking is scary, but it's a thrill. We've gotten messed up. Like I broke my wrist at Whistler. I don't think I've ever talked about that on the first day of that that trip. That was way back when, mountain biking.
Dude, that was a
Dumpster
crap
fire
show
of a trip.
yeah. Well, you were the dumpster
I know,
fire.
that's what I'm saying.
In the
Like,
trip,
I was
yeah. I had a
so
great time.
bad into depression and stuff, and no one knew about it yet. That I got a nickname Bear Spray for a reason. We'll go into that another time, but I don't know if you remember that, Drew. But
I think I gave it to you. Anyways, go for it.
yeah, and so like, we get scared, we get into crazy situations, and then we do it again, and it's like, why do we, what drives us? Where's the science in that? So yeah, so I'm excited to kind of get into why fear is meaningful and why the reward is worth chasing. Dun dun dun.
Why this? Why now? It's always my question with you, bro. Why this? Why now?
It's so annoying.
I know, but it's purposeful.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
I mean, is there anything going on right now currently that you're kind of chewing on doing, not doing? And I bring that up a little bit just because I feel like we're kind of in the mundane.
Yeah.
I don't know, just the grinding through whatever. There's not too much on the horizon or that close in the horizon to really shoot for and go for and challenge, yada yada. And so when somebody brings up a topic, it's like, okay, well,
What brought
are we
you here?
there? What are we there? Why are we there? Is there anything on your horizon that sparked it, or is it just one of those things that you've gone through and it's good to talk about?
Yeah, that is true. I mean, things are either from our past, what we're currently going through, or what we're excited for in the future. I think that I've been kind of sitting in the mundane in all areas, in training, in podcasting, in...
What?
I know.
Damn it.
It's all your fault, too. No, I'm just kidding. I wanted something that excited me, a challenge, something harder. And I was like, well, why do we desire that? Like I haven't trained once this week for the first time.
You fat cow.
Dude, I feel
sorry.
like a fat cow. I'm like, I feel like my sides are getting a little bigger, tummy's a little bigger. And it's funny because it's led to poor eating habits. Like I still eat my main meals that keep me fueled, but if I'm not using them as fuel, then they turn to fat, so it's kind of funny how that works. But and I'll call her out right now, someone very special in my life hasn't worked out for 2 weeks, so it's her fault. I only call her out because, I mean, No, because
No, so let's stop there.
this last week of not training for me, I have just been feeling blah, and it's not rest. It's we get energized by more movement. I was like, dude, I need movement. I've still been hiking with the dog twice a day, which is super helpful. But she's just like, oh, I feel and I feel like I can't move and stiff, and so it's just funny how we get better as we chase harder things mentally and physically.
For the sake of the podcast.
Yes.
And for the sake of you.
Yes.
And for the sake of Haley.
Yes.
You want to say any more about, why you can't do something because of her?
I didn't blame her. I was kidding. I'm supposed to lead. It's not her fault. I'm supposed to be the one that's like, hey, I don't care. We're going to the gym. We're going to train. So
you're supposed to lead yourself, bro.
Oh my God, you're pissing me off. I know. I know that. I've been talking about it for
30 because what I heard, and I'm not trying to be a D-bag here, but what I heard, and I don't want our listeners to hear this because I know the truth. Like, I heard you kind of like you were playing and jabbing, that, it's because of her that you weren't working out or whatnot. And I just wanted to correct that because I know the truth that you're not like that. So
yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't blame others for my mishaps, and I don't blame my partner in that either. It was 100% a joke. That is not our job. I just thought because of 39 episodes of talking, 39 hours, probably more than that. Of talking about not doing that, making one joke wouldn't cancel out those truths.
This world's brutal world.
Yes, you are.
You could have evolved and changed and being a D-bag all of a sudden. Boom.
I like that you've said D-bag twice in the last minute.
That's my word of the day. Words. Yeah.
So. Well, anyway, so choosing the hard things.
You're welcome,
risk versus
Haley,
reward. Yeah, she doesn't listen anymore. No, I'm just kidding.
And I blame her.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I just got what you said. Sorry. So yeah, the human wiring for risk. That's a mouthful. I think this is interesting. It's like we're wired to evolve to pursue challenges and like novelty. The brain rewards uncertainty with dopamine, focus, and heightened awareness. I also thought that was interesting because I feel like we're also wired to like stay safe and not die. So it's like, what's the line between risk versus reward? What's dangerous enough to keep you alive versus what's not? Yes, sir.
There's a word. There's a word that's not used much in at least the American.
Is it D-bag?
No, that's next. That's the next word. Balance. We are definitely not a culture, humans of balance, or we don't do that well. It's either all this way or all that way.
All or nothing pendulum.
All or nothing, and it's a killer.
Yeah,
because we do have the wiring for risks and everything that comes to mind with that, and then we do have the right or wrong. We have the wiring of being careful and not taking risks and not hurting ourselves. The protective, things about us, and you got to find that happy middle. Otherwise, too much of that, you're going to get hurt all the time. Too little of it, you're going to not experience life.
Yeah. That's very true. Yeah. I like that analogy with balance and the truth behind that, because I mean, there's balance. There's got to be balance in everything. Like that we've talked about with training, it's not like it has to be all or nothing because you'll fail. Eating, I have to eat perfect all the time. Yeah, balancing life with, I got to be at work all the time, or got to be with family all the time. You got to have some balance in there, which, I feel like takes off some of the pressure, personally, for me, on perfection. yeah, everything in moderation, and yeah, so great point, brother.
Always.
But yeah, and I think modern comfort works against us. Comfort can be
heck yeah.
Comfort can be the enemy of growth. There's fear in comfort, like there's well, actually, sorry, comfort I think is rooted in fear. So because of fear, you seek comfort to not move forward. Which I get, it's scary, but just do it anyways. But and our biology expects adversity, and without it, we stagnate emotionally and mentally. So
yeah. Well, you mentioned something over here about dopamine, and our brain rewards with dopamine, and dopamine's awesome until it's out of balance as well.
Yeah,
maybe it should be a segment on balance. Anyways, but that's where we, I think, have done ourselves an injustice. Is we've created all these things to hit those dopamine receptors, to where now it's out of whack, to where it's like, okay, we don't process things correctly. Then we need more dopamine to actually, have joy in our lives, and we don't have it, we crash. I mean, it's just it's a D-bag sort of system.
We're gonna have a D-bag counter at the end of this episode.
That's right.
I love it.
That's what I do. That's what I bring to the table. It's the only thing I bring to the table.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, when you said I'm not trying to be a D-bag, I was just like, well, you do it effortlessly, so I'm proud of you, bro. Nailed it. So
it's my comfort side.
It's your comfort zone. Well, and why controlled risk improves mental health? Like you have better stress tolerance, because you're facing your fears, so you learn how to attack the harder things.
Can we say that it's sort of like a muscle? It's something you engage in, exercise. It hurts. It's not, it's not comfortable necessarily, but it grows you stronger, better, bolder.
Yeah, I'd say definitely. Let's call it what do we call it? The risk muscle? No, I don't know.
D-bag muscle?
D-bag muscle. We might discover a new muscle. It's going to be peer reviewed. No one's ever thought of this before.
Yeah, we're the first.
We
suck it, world.
But it's also it lowers the baseline of anxiety to where you're not so scared of the things that are out there because you faced them before, so you could just do it again. It's just another win coming at you. But it provides.
What do you mean controlled risk? What does that mean to you?
Controlled risk?
Yeah, you just listed why.
Yeah,
controlled risk
no, I know. I thank you. I know what I read. I'm just. I think it's. I mean, like mountain biking, like that's a controlled risk. That we know what level of a trail that we're going down based off the color, if it's a blue trail or a black or a red, a double black. I miss mountain biking, dude. Sorry, not as much as you. I've gone for 3 weeks. You haven't gone for 3 months, But it's what's coming. It's still hard, but you're aware of it and you're testing your boundaries. You're figuring out what you can handle. I'm sure there's analogies for non-mountain bikers. I can't really think of them off the top of my head, but try mountain biking and start experiencing some controlled risk. It gives you more purpose, meaning, and identity direction. So yeah,
there we go. Yeah. Now, speaking of mountain biking, as a metaphor for life, how would you unpack that?
Well, earlier you talked about balance of life, and you have to have balance to ride a bike.
Oh my gosh! Wow, I did not see that coming. I should have seen that coming. But holy cow! Wow. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
but
I just think that when you're flying down a trail, it teaches you focus. It teaches you. It pushes your boundaries, what you can handle. When your brain is telling you, "Oh, I don't think I can do that," sometimes you have to go down that feature and you're like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. That happens all the time in mountain biking. Like, or you build something up scary in your mind, like a feature, a drop, and you're avoiding it, especially like if you're at a bike park and so you go past it every time on the trail, multiple runs, and then finally you hit it, and then you're like, that was what I was afraid of. That was easy. Sometimes your hesitation is your worst enemy. I think you got to go all or nothing, and I think that can hurt you in life too. Hesitating to make a move, or there is some wisdom in taking a step back in life, but if you don't have that option, you got to be ready to jump in. Even if it's just something as simple as knee-jerk reactions to protect your family in a real life situation of danger, something like that.
So calculated risks.
Yes.
And with those calculated risks, what you're learning from it translates into other areas of your life where it's like, man, I just, did this road gap jump, yada, yada, and nailed it, but I was afraid of it for so long. I let it rule my life. I let it, steal me of the joy. What other areas in my life am I allowing fear, doubt, risk, fear of the risk, dictate and control my life?
Yeah, 100%. It builds confidence. You learn what you can do. You learn what you can handle. That didn't kill me. Awesome. I feel awesome. It's just like, dang, I can handle way more in my life. Thanks, bro. But also it translates to, like, it gives you goals. I want to get better at mountain biking. Oh, what I got to do? I got to get stronger, better cardio, and some more mass strength in your body. So, okay. I mean, that's a big motivator for the gym, is to make mountain biking more fun. Mm-hmm. And then I can see, the more I go mountain biking, I can gauge how I'm doing in the gym, because it's like, oh, that sucked on my lungs, so I need to be working harder on my cardio. Or I didn't.
Or arm pump sucks.
Yeah,
so,
pump
I need
sucks.
to work on my arms better.
Exactly. It is a full body workout on the downhill. Like we had Zwift Insider on here, the amazing cyclist, which he mountain bikes some too, and he does great. But he's like, yeah, when people say that I'm, there's no it's not hard going downhill, it's like, then why am I sweating while going downhill? And he loves to climb, but
what's funny is that people that say that, because I've had that too, like, oh my gosh, like, you're just going downhill, what do you matter? It's like, my immediate response to them, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, I want to take him and kill him. Well, the trail would kill him, so.
Right. That's true, but
it's not hard, huh? Let's go.
Yeah, but mastering your fears, it builds pride and identity, and it doesn't have to be just with mountain biking. The gym can do that too. If you're measuring your goals in the gym on lifting more weight, that's, I can handle more, I'm getting stronger, I can do more at home. But I think mountain biking has such a mental strength capability. It's not just your body. It's really cool.
Yeah, I know ultra runners that are, they put in the time, their toenails fall off, they're grinding it out, but when they're done, man, they're just like, that was amazing.
Oh yeah.
And then they walk different. Because their toenails are falling off, but they act different, they look different, they respond different in life. They just have this confidence about them, just because they came up to the edge of them and found that they can live and survive and conquer.
Yeah.
So it's killer.
They can conquer more. That's what someone said.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap. Oh, Mountain Ops. Oh, that's right. That's the Mountain Ops, our sponsor. That's their slogan is conquer more.
Yeah.
And you can do it just by taking their supplements. So, nailed it.
You're not wrong.
But
What? Let me ask you this: what is an area in your life that, I mean, it could be mountain biking, it could be whatever, anything else, but that where you have, you know, pushed yourself way farther than you ever would have thought you could go, came out on the other side better, and then what were your initial, feelings, response to that, how you act, walked, looked different?
what have
Anything off the top of your head?
recently?
Nah, I mean, in the last this journey, in this past year's journey.
Probably the last 2 times I went to North Star Bike Park in Truckee. You start hitting trails over and over again, and you go up the line and seeing what you're capable of. And things that when you first got there, you had no idea that you would hit it, but at the end of the day, you're hitting all of it. And that I was never a big bike park person, except for like going to Whistler once a year with you guys. But now that I've, and that was, way before my health journey. And then now exercising, training, actually having some strength and endurance, I'm able to push more on the bike and learn more. And yeah, that was going to, our local trails. They're really fun. They're just not like, oh my God, they're not terrifying, death defying to me, to some, but not to me. But at North Star, there's just a whole, you have from green, blue, all the way to double black pro lines and in everything in between. So that has pushed me. What?
Sucks. I'm colorblind. I can't understand what you're saying.
I will say, on the post mountain bike day beers still on the mountain, my nephew got me to go out again, and so I had a beer, and we accidentally went on a double black, and it was tech, and I was like, I'm gonna die, and having a beer, and yeah, that was fun. But
oh, dude, I got a story about that.
I can maybe go downhill, only downhill, but like my heart starts hurting, which is probably not a great thing. But
wait,
post beer,
with beer in you?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, what's happening?
Whenever I mountain bike, my heart's just killing me. You know,
it's gonna
die. It's teaching me how to go through life with a hurting heart.
Yeah. No, well, 2020. Instead of going to Whistler because everything was shut down that year, obviously.
Why?
We decided, hey, let's go to Idaho.
That's right.
To some bike parks that were actually open there, and we went to the one, and it's totally different. Just all around. But there was this one in Idaho where, at the top of the mountain, there was a bar, as one does.
Right.
And
sweet.
So we're up there, and I think I even had just a cider. And I was like, man, I feel good, and mix that with high altitude, that's cool. Anyways, we're bombing down the hill, and like, it was so out of body because I'm like riding and we're flying down this hill. And so, because I didn't have any regard for any safety or anything like that. And then I noticed my hands were kind of flopping around the bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Holding onto the handlebars. And I'm like, laughed at myself. I was like, I better hold on. I'm going to wreck. And I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy," and one time my hand falls off, and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Oh my gosh, that's terrifying.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised I didn't die because, like, literally, we were going down the black diamond, and yeah,
you're like,
you just
techie one hander.
Great. Yeah, exactly.
So this is on purpose, but
yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, well,
so I do not recommend that.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't drink in general. That's just good for life. But it's interesting because like when I was talking about the balance between pushing your fears but not dying, and staying safe, we had that in Moab. I pushed my limits and didn't come out the other side well, but I lived. But did a really hard, scary thing, but that made me want to ride more. I was like,
because you're young.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm mid young, middle. I'm in the middle. I'm definitely younger than you. That's very true. But, um, but yeah, it didn't. Oh, I'm never gonna ride again. It made me like adjust my confidence a little bit. Like I found the threshold, but
Well,
of my riding abilities.
You definitely defined your risk versus reward.
Yeah.
There was a time where I was getting really good at downhilling and just hitting jumps and nailing things, hitting gaps, and I got to a point where it's like, what's my goal here? I'm tooled to like race or like, no, I mean like for the sake of like,
Oh, okay. I'm like, they have age brackets, right?
yes,
All the way to
thank
60.
you. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
But risk versus reward increases as you get older. You'll find this out. And then especially as you have kids, especially you have more responsibilities, all this stuff like that, it changes the risks versus the rewards. And I just got to a point where I was like, what am I doing with this? I'm not, I'm not looking for social media hits. I'm not all this stuff like that. And I just got to a point where it's like, you know what? I'm going to team it back a bit, because the more I increase that risk, the reward stopped, or it was less and less.
Yeah.
No,
totally.
And so it's just finding,
again,
back to that balance, finding that balance. Well, like you were saying with Moab, it's like, this was a gnarly thing. You had the confidence to do it. The trail won that day, and next time we go, because we're going this year, I don't care if you say no.
Next year,
this coming year, yep. You can decide if you're going to do it, but for the most part, you're going to have just a little bit more understanding of like
what the ground feels like.
Kiss it. But I mean, like I had a blast the rest of the trip. I loved it. I mean, it was amazing, and the whole time I was like, man, I wish Leighton was here.
The rest of the trail, yeah,
and like that was my reward for not taking that risk.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's a very good point.
And so like that's part of it, where it's just like, is the reward in actually landing something that you were pushing, to do, or is it also finding that reward of, okay, I'm minimizing the risk to enjoy the rest of this trail.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I mean, you missed out on
30 miles
of beautiful, gnarly, fun, fast, flowy tech.
Thank you.
Moab beauty. And I'm driving it home.
Yes, you are.
Not putting you down, but just in the sense of like driving home, like those factors of that is real, kind of thing. So.
Well, and that's a very good point. And all this, people listening, this is all transferable to life too, and we'll get there. But like, as we're figuring out what we can handle and pushing ourselves, is there a limit? Is there an area where it's like, this is for my vanity, or is this like, what am I trying to prove? Like when you're like, you could race, but why? And risk versus reward on like, because I remember Trevin, one of our friends that we rode with, he is a crazy rider, and as he has kids and stuff, he's like, if I land this, what's it going to give me? If I crash, what's it going to give me? What's the risk versus the reward? And
there's a currency.
Yeah, there's a currency. Yeah, and I really love how you put it, where you didn't take the risk and you got that reward of riding the rest of the trail. And it's like, I think maybe what I fell down, I was trying to prove something to myself. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I saw it as a goal for a long time. I've seen it on video for years, and I was like, I want to hit that. So I wanted to prove to myself that I could, or I could at least try it. So like, did I let pride? So what I'm trying to say to people is like, don't risk things that your pride is seeking, I guess. Don't reward your pride, because the reward of not making it through will, I didn't get to enjoy the rest of the trip. Just real quick, Drew. I didn't get to enjoy the rest of the trip. Adolf Silva, Red Bull Rampage, he was trying to make a name for himself, and he did in a different way. He tried doing a double backflip down, step down, and he over rotated.
Back.
Yeah, thank you. He over rotated, and he
Under.
sorry, he under rotated, one of the gnarliest crashes, and he's paralyzed from the chest down now, and like he's pushing through and making some advancements of healing, but it's like, dude, like, I love going mountain biking to have fun, and if I'm pushing the boundaries too much to where I can't come home every day, we can't pick up our kids, we can't have handle everything in the household, then is it worth that risk? Like, how far are you pushing it? But or that
Right.
Yeah.
YOLO. Did you see the this is old now, but Lonely Island's YOLO,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
where you only live once, and so people have always used that for like, take those risks, and they're like the opposite, where it's like, you only live once, so like board up your house,
Yeah.
and
Be careful.
be careful, don't do anything extra, scary.
Yeah. Canocti
Yeah.
here, we have a county that kind of borders us called YOLO County, and back when YOLO was a thing, it was like, oh my gosh, there's a sign that says YOLO County, and yeah. Thank you for trying to drop wisdom. You're like, YOLO.
Well, no, I mean, like, everything you were saying, I'm like, damn, we're making it sound like you shouldn't do anything.
No,
Like,
no,
don't take those risks.
no, I'm.
But no, yeah. I mean, I think that everybody's got to gauge for themselves. Like, Adolf Silva, he is a professional mountain biker. He gets paid to bike, loves biking. But like, that's his income, that's his bread and butter.
Yeti bikes.
And exactly, and so he will push the envelope because he's an athlete. He's a very calculated athlete. I mean, it's, you can say, oh well, now he's half paralyzed, but he's lived a lot of life already with biking. So I mean, but like, calculate the risks, obviously, but take risks, because the opposite is the YOLO, where you do like, okay, I'm getting rid of my bikes. I'm not taking chances, and that's just another slow death right there.
Yeah, exactly. Like my body hurts because I haven't trained in a week, or it can hurt in a good way of training for a week. So it's just like choose your pain. Choose your expensiveness. Like, people are like, oh, supplements, training, gym memberships, that's expensive. Doctor's bills from your body dying off is expensive, more expensive. And eating organic food and good food. Yeah, it's just like, choose your pain. What's crazy? Speaking of Adolf and his accident, is there is an organization that specifies in raising money for mountain bikers that have crashed, that have that's all they do. And I'm gonna put the link into for that if anyone wants to support him. Anyways, so yeah,
part of that's because of our D-bag health insurance systems that will not allow you to, they'll deny a claim for that risk.
So crazy.
Even though you have health insurance.
Yeah.
Like, anytime I went to Whistler, I would get secondary travelers insurance that covered extreme sports.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a side note.
D-bag.
Side note. Wait, what?
What? Not you. You're not the D-bag. Yeah, not for that, anyways,
exactly.
But
but man, I mean, like, the risks that you and I have taken, let's just continue with mountain biking. Like, I know I can speak for you too, but I've seen the prettiest, most beautiful sceneries. I've experienced some of the biggest rushes that are just pure adrenaline fueled. I've had the best time around campfires because me and a bunch of dudes are just chilling after eating dirt all day, and like it's just that's of the risks of the expenditures and all that stuff like that. That's like the payoff.
Yeah.
I mean, I listen to hunters like who would go out for a week and they don't catch anything or shoot anything, I should say. And but they're like, man, it was gorgeous out there. I had a blast. I was in shape for it. You know, it sucks they didn't bring anything home, yet they still experienced, you know, such beauty that they would never have had if they hadn't, I don't know, taken the risk or whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. With Mountain Ops, they're a big hunting company. And we have a lot of hunters that listen to us. But dude, the difference between mountain bikers and hunters, like I feel like they're so patient and they can stay in the calm for so long. And what? Because they have to sit there and wait for.
no, I got a story about that, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. You have a weird I have a story face. Anyways,
Well,
yeah. You're like, really? Is what it looks
I mean, that's
like.
what and that's what it is. So go ahead.
But and then us mountain bikers, we're just such adrenaline junkies of just like let's go faster, let's go higher, let's jump higher, let's hit crazier tech, pushing those boundaries. I am not at all talking.
You're right, it is different.
Yeah, it's just different. Like it is a whole new muscle to grow.
No, I was gonna say, like, you're like, you know, they're patient. They're, you know, you're painting a picture of just this majestic, like, controlled person and all that stuff. I've been drawn on before.
Oh,
You know what that means?
yeah, yes,
Drawn on?
I have too. Yeah.
I've been mountain biking before and
Oh,
come around
shoot.
the corner and there's hunters there drawn on,
Oh my gosh.
and I'm like, well, did I sound like an elk?
Yeah.
With my squeaky brakes and yeah, exactly. And you know, I mean, like, I was mad.
Oh yeah.
I was mad, and they were drunk, and you
Oh
know,
my gosh.
that's a good combo. Guns and yeah.
Okay, responsible. Okay, I feel like you just talked about poachers. Responsible hunters. I just meant like sitting out in the quiet, hearing your surroundings. It's just you. You're away from people in the city, and
Can you do an elk sound?
I just did,
No,
and
no,
it was
I'm gonna hear it
majestic.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it. I'm gonna shear someone's ears.
I won an elk horn before,
You won one?
or an elk bugle, I think they call it.
Like a call, or like one of their
yeah.
horns. Whatever.
One in this.
Well, that's cool.
The antler?
Yeah.
No,
horns.
I'm calling the call.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But I gave it to our buddy James.
Oh,
so I didn't get a
our
chance
boy
to-
James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So let's get back on track.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What is the myth of safety?
Wow, you're jumping way ahead. Okay.
Oh, okay. What is? It's not fear of
Oh, my
failure. It's fear
gosh.
of identity loss. Oh, it's always a good day when I get to piss you off.
You're not quite there yet. So
Well, I'm building up.
my patience is
I'm-
building
I'm
stronger.
I'm seeking the risk.
You're seeing where the
reward
balance
in-
is of
Yeah, exactly.
to
How
where
far?
it's funny, or I don't pick up the phone for 3 days, which has never happened. I just
Ooh,
pur-
that'd be
not out of anger. I
delightful.
just purposely don't pick up the phone for 3 days. But
This episode is outfitted by Pendulum Threads, built for the hybrid athlete. Whether you're in the gym, on the trail, or chasing your next challenge, their gear moves with you. Head to pendulumthreads.com and use code COUNTDOWN2 for 15% off your order. Pendulum Threads. Perfect comfort, perfect performance.
no, you're right. We answered the first part of segment 3.
Hey, my recording clicked off. What did you say?
I said, eat this.
I heard you're right, but anyways. go
Well,
ahead.
you hear what you want to hear.
Yeah, exactly.
I said you're right, and I honestly don't care. I'd rather you be right, but anyway, yeah, the myth of safety, just like you said, yeah, like kind of like what we were saying before, like comfort feels safe, but it's literally slowly erodes confidence and ambition. Like I feel like you and I haven't been on it the last couple weeks, maybe. Life
On what?
Like the mission of life, our goals and stuff. We haven't been like stoked on things. You went through grief. I was grieving for your grief.
I'm all done. Wow, it only took a week. Screw you, science.
So, it's not what I meant,
I
but
get
but
medical field, I don't know.
but like life gets loud, and it can silence your goals and your ambition and your confidence sometimes. And then as life gets busy, you start, okay, like I won't go to the gym today. I'll take care of the thing I need to take care of. But that deteriorates you. It tears you down. If there is some healthy selfishness, I don't know if that's the way I want to put it, but like when you frame it in the I need to put my health first so I can put everyone else first, continue to put everyone else first. You need to keep moving and keep going. Drew is nodding very much in agreement with me. So there's my validation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nodding.
Nottingham. Sorry.
Amateur hour. No. I mean, like, there's a big key factor, and we've talked a little bit about this in other episodes, but just where it's like, take care of yourself so you can take care of others or help others. I mean, when I was a medic, it was like, is my scene safe?
Mm-hmm.
And because the big thing is, if your scene's not safe, how are you going to help anybody else? And so I liken it to, like, am I healthy? Am I taking care of myself to where I can take care of my family, take care of, friends or whatever, or taking care of myself so I'm not an a-hole.
You're right.
Or a d-bag, even.
An a-hole d-bag.
A-hole d-bag. I mean, that's double
jeopardy.
Yeah. It's game's mind Trebek. And then so so it's a key thing that there's safety in, I don't know. You just I if ever that button comes up, oh, I got to be safe. Like, seriously, like, dig into that. Figure out what that is. Like, don't take it at face value. Our body tries to trick us in the sense of just its goal is to survive and take the easiest route to whatever the result may be, whatever result you want or whatnot. And so, explore what that is to be able to identify if that is something that is legit or if it is just, something trying to cop out,
Yeah.
I say this because I've taken the safety road too often growing up. I was scared of everything. I was, just anything hard. I ran towards safety. I ran towards easy. I ran towards, whatever the easiest way out. And I paid the price many, many, many times later on in life. And that's part of our journey where we've been like, okay, no more of that. Let's do the hard things, address the hard things, and pursue the hard things so that we can build ourselves up into the men we need to be for ourselves and for others that depend on us. Because everything in this world is literally just trying to convince you to not push past your, limitations and stuff. So
seek comfort.
Yeah, and Leighton is nodding his head in total agreement. He's taking his shirt off and waving around the room. I'm glad that, for those that are listening to this podcast, I'm glad you're not seeing it visually because
it's too cold for this crap. Oh my gosh. Hey, I have a question for you, Drew.
Do you actually have a question for me?
I do have a question for you.
Oh, beautiful. I'm scared. Go ahead.
You can completely ignore it, but that would be seeking comfort. No, do you have a personal example of a time that you avoided a risk and regretted it off the top of your head? If not, that's okay. Like, even if it's like you wish that you hit this mountain bike feature, but you
no.
didn't.
I'm sorry. You said I can ignore it. I was ignoring it.
Okay, cool. I will move on.
That was me ignoring it. Yeah. No. So let me cover the time you avoided a risk and regretted it. Golly, Mavis, off the top of my head. I mean, there were definitely features or things. I mean, there's things that I've done later on, and whether it be mountain biking or education or whatever, that I eventually got around to.
Yeah.
and it allowed me, and it was just like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this earlier? And, some could argue that, okay, well, you weren't ready yet or
Right.
whatever, or you needed that time to, force yourself to do it or educate yourself to do it. But, ugh, yeah, trying to think of a better example. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It was off the dome, but
What about you?
I don't have a good example for that one, but I do have another question for me. You can answer if you want to too, but I have an example for the next question that I have. But was there a time that either of us stepped into fear and it completely upgraded our lives?
That sounds like a computer program.
And it's the way I said it.
I've been upgraded.
Oh, gotcha. That completely changed our lives. That completely,
And I do have an answer, so go ahead.
Can I go first?
Yeah, I said go ahead.
Oh, thanks. I wasn't listening. No, the first thing that came to mind was when I pushed past the fear of starting CrossFit. Like, this was bad. The progress from then and now, and thinking that there was a doorway I couldn't go in because of pride or because of fear, blows my mind. I'll just state that. But there was a real fear of like, I'm going to step into this gym, and it wasn't, this could change my life and I'm scared of that happening. It was just like, what are people going to think of me? What are people going to, It was insecurity and fear of failing. And, but I made myself do it anyways. This was January 2023. Yeah. And, and I went in and everyone was super nice. Did a workout. It's got scaled down to what I could handle, and I felt great. And I was like, I was so scared to come here for months. I had to talk. It took me months, 3 months to step through those doors, and and I had regrets of if I started this 3 months ago, where would I be now? Whatever. But it's just but it's just like, okay, when's the best time to grow a tree, 20 years ago or today? So I, don't worry about the in between. There's nothing you can do about it.
So poetic.
Thank you. I did you know I came up with that? No one's ever said that before.
No, I'm pretty sure Gandhi did. Anyways, yeah,
freaking Gandhi. But well, real quick though. Sorry to finish with that thought is the confidence of doing something really hard, taking the risk of going to CrossFit, of insecurities and fear. It changed my life completely because kind of like how mountain biking is. The skills for mountain biking is transferable to real life. The skills of CrossFit or training at a gym is transferable to life. It's not just vanity. I want to look good or anything like that. That's all a bonus. It's just like, no, you could just actually be able to handle what life has, to offer, good and bad, and especially the bad. And if you,
handle what life's going to throw at you.
Yeah. And how many days that were supposed to be good turned bad because of my own brain, because I self-sabotaged and I made the day about me and my selfishness and pissed offness, and how many people I've met to where it's just like, we're supposed to have a fun day today. But now it's all because of a feeling, because of our brains and our hearts that we can't handle. The day is ruined, and that's just a day gone that in this precious life. And I just live a life now to where, I have my off days, but I can switch it. Thanks, Drew. But I can switch it, like I can, if kids are having a meltdown, whatever, I can be like, hey guys, how about we just start having fun somehow? Like, it's my job to distract and, take them to something fun, or let's just start wrestling. But, I'm done wasting any of the rest of my life having a bad day when I have control over it, so anyway, thanks CrossFit, you can tell your example now. So
mine was not CrossFit.
CrossFit's what ruined my life.
Hence my back. Anyways, that's time. Honestly, mine was counseling getting counseling, getting outside help, getting coaching.
That ruined your life?
No. What?
I'm kidding.
Man, you're fired. Go home.
Can't fire the boss, dude.
Vote you off the island. No, I mean that. Okay, let me reframe that. So a time that I stepped into fear and it completely upgraded my life. I sought out counseling.
Yeah.
And outside help, friends and others that have helped reframe and catch my stinking thinking or whatnot, and then coaching as well. Was it perfect? No. I probably went through 4 different counselors before I found the right one. So that I say that on purpose because so many people bad counseling when it's just like, no, you just found a bad counselor.
Yeah.
Because there are bad counselors out there.
Yeah.
Or just ones that don't fit your needs or whatnot. It's not a one size fit all.
Yeah.
Anyways, and that outside person speaking into my life, or not even speaking into my life, because I mean, true counseling is just listening and helping identifying things. They're not telling you what to do. Coaching that's more that. But anyways, yeah, it's just one of those things that it was fearful to do so. I don't like people prodding around. I don't like people asking questions that can get personal. But man, just letting that go, releasing that, whether you find answers or you're just releasing it, there's so much goodness in that. And it's definitely shaped my life for the better. Am I perfect? Pretty much. No, I'm not quite there. But
I'm not laughing at the
I mean,
irony. I'm laughing at how confident you were. That was great.
Yeah. Yeah. See, it made me a cocky D-bag. And so, no, I mean, like, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be, on this podcast. I wouldn't, I mean, if you want to get really into it, I probably wouldn't be mountain biking like I did before my back hurt. I wouldn't have goals and think I could achieve them. I wouldn't take care of my brokenness from my youth, without that outside help. So
Yeah.
if you need it, get it.
Get it.
If you need help getting it, let me know.
Get it, girl. It's definitely Friday night after work. I'm sober too right now. Well, no, that's
a problem.
That's a great example, and I had that kind of same thing with therapy, and it took a while.
No. You can't take mine. Get your own damn.
Okay,
whatever.
Screw therapy.
Yeah. Clearly, it didn't work for you, but anyways.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So how to take smarter risks? Like, yeah, we can all day. I hate when people are like, just do this. Well, how do you do that when someone that's never done taking risks before? I'd say we talk about micro goals, micro dopamine hits. Micro goals bring micro dopamine hits.
Brings microbreweries.
For guys who don't drink very much anymore, we talked a lot about drinking, but we have
I would argue that we can enjoy it better now that we don't drink as much.
Because it's not a vice. It's a just have fun every once in a while. Yeah. Anyway, so starting with micro risks, that's you've taken this up. I have not, but cold plunges, cold exposure, learning how to seek discomfort. I'll turn the shower all the way to cold for about 3 seconds before I turn it off.
Oh, see,
that count?
That's worse.
Because
I'd rather jump in a river.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get that.
You know
what? You're right. I am stronger for doing that my way instead of cold plunging. But anyway,
okay, just keep going.
Yeah. Doing mastering smaller trails, mountain biking, setting daily challenges, something you're fearful for, but taking it small. Like, you can also get overwhelmed. Like, if you look at a dirty room and you look at it like the whole room.
Why are you talking about my garage?
Oh my gosh, I know. Everyone on recording, turn on your video. Anyway, if you look at a giant room in your house that needs to be cleaned, it's going to be overwhelming. It can be for some people. But if you train yourself to have micro, like, okay, I'm going to clean this part over here. You shut your brain off and just like, okay, I put these away. I put all this. Before you know it, shut up, Drew. Just kidding. Before you know it, the room's done, and you didn't stress yourself out. You didn't cause yourself stress. Drew, did you have a question or thought or comment?
Everything.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I read this as like micro risks, like I mean, you were talking, and I agree with you. It is something like that. Just take little pieces at a time, like to accomplish a goal.
Right.
You use the example of a garage or a dirty place, whatever.
And
I agree with that.
Your garage.
Yeah, you're never mind. And so, but I read this as like start with micro risks. So take a risk that's smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. Like because I fear and I feel like too many people like we got a friend Dan who will invite people who barely mountain bike to Whistler.
Dark chocolate.
Hey, let's go to the epicenter of downhill mountain biking, Whistler Bike Park
of the world.
Exactly. You've been on two wheels before, so you'll be fine. And these people go because they're friends of his and stuff like that. And 9 times out of 10, they're successful, but there's always the one who destroys themselves there. And like they took a too big of risk. And I point this out and want to speak to this because you don't have to jump off the deep end. Like go slow. Go find the smaller risks that lead up to that, build up to that. Don't go tackle a 100-mile or a century bike ride when you get the idea of it. Go start methodically, taking chunks at it, 10 miles at a time, up to a point to where it's like, oh, in 3 months I'm conditioned now, or 5 or whatever, to ride a century and not die, kind of thing. So,
you're right.
That's
sorry. I did jump into.
Both were correct. You were very correct in you want to tackle a goal. It's the same thing, but you want to tackle a goal, take small chunks at that goal each time. I mean, it's same thing, different language, I guess.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm glad you pointed that out though. There's not much risk in cleaning your house, but if you don't, it was using an example because we've talked about micro accomplishments, and it's just like how that mindset can switch into micro risks. Because once you start to kind of push yourself, you stack consistency and skill, and then you can level up. Like take a little bit of a risk of we go up in weight when we train.
Well, I mean, even you going to CrossFit, you went there, and thankfully they are attuned enough to go, hey, let's start with the kiddie bars here, and work your way up to doing the dumb stuff.
Yeah.
I mean that with all respect. I just can't do it.
For the record, deadlifts is not a CrossFit thing. That is a working out.
Olympic.
Kind of Olympic weightlifting, but anyway, that's across the board. But anyway, he didn't hurt himself doing butterfly pull-ups or CrossFit skill moves, So
it was hurt myself walking in the door.
But it was a bad coach, kind of like having a bad therapist.
Good tie.
And just being like, you look amazing. Do this weight instead of building up. So you hurt your back.
Or hey, just stick with the bar.
Yeah. This is your first day doing CrossFit? Let's just see where you're at. Maybe he didn't want to insult you. I don't know. But he should have insulted you. You are very scary. Wow. Oh my God.
Wow. I haven't evoked that response in a long time to anybody.
Yeah. But
stack consistency and skills. We've talked about goal stacking.
Yeah. You don't have to jump straight to the hardest thing. You just start small, start slow, but start. That's the most important part. But using fear as data, not a stop sign. It's just, that when fear starts coming in, that's where you can start calculating it versus being like, I'm not going to do that. You don't have to completely run away. Our brains are conditioned to stop you before you die in, like 20% and start pushing that 20%, you know, like, and then you start
I want
growing.
to sort of die. I want a 20% die.
Yeah,
not
like
a
there were
100%
times where I
die.
felt like I was gonna die in training, and I was just like, and I remember like just push through, finish as hard as you can. You're not gonna die, and then I'm on the ground just trying to find my breath again once the timer's done or I finish the workout, and it's just like, okay, come back. All right, we're good. It's probably not the healthiest thing, but I
You're
was
not
fine.
really selling CrossFit that well.
Okay, that's not CrossFit. That's my CrossFit coach that murders us. It was different programming. It was his own programming. But anyways, and speaking of which, build a risk community. I liked how I worded that. Like not just a community, but a risk community. You rise faster with people who normalize discomfort. And just a perfect example, because I don't train with my CrossFit class as much as I used to, because our gym closed. Anyways, we are a group to where our coach can be like, hey, in 3 weeks we're gonna do, originally it was gonna be a 24-hour row relay in teams. Be ready, and we're like, that sounds awesome. Let's do it. Really freaking hard. Almost explicit. Really freaking hard, but that's normal for us, like I sound like a D-bag right now, but it's just like that was like, oh, no problem, because I've been pushed through,
bro.
I've been pushed through the hard things mentally. I know I can do it. And then I thought it did get changed to a 12-hour last minute, which was still hard, but still fun. And I wasn't dead. I had a reward of like, wow, I'm still able to do it, or I did that. And then I went mountain biking the next day, and then the following day after that, I hit a PR on deadlifts. So it's just like it's transferable. You can ride that momentum of doing really, really difficult things. So
Ride that momentum pony.
ride that. Something.
Okay, hey, let's go switching to segment 5.
Well, I was done with segment 4, so perfect.
That's why I was segmenting.
Segmente.
Because we're at an hour now,
dude.
And you still got to add the recording.
I know, but all of our episodes are like 120 minutes, so we're good. And I gotta edit some stuff out of this.
I gotta get going.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're talking about for time of the episode. Definitely editing. Anyway, so segment 5, the reward side of the equation. Confidence. Earned confidence is the number one reward of doing hard things. Believing in yourself. Being excited to take the difficult things on because it's going to make you grow. And that's transferable to life, transferable to other things, to where, your family has confidence in you, that you can handle things too. Your friends, the people in your life that rely on you. What? Your brother.
You want to change your relationship with your spouse, man. If you're confident in yourself, that's tremendous.
That's how I got my partner, was the confidence I had in myself. And I have an amazing partner. Cool. You're going to hear from her. Thanks, Drew.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't even like out of nowhere. You were like, if you want to build, come do it. Oh, and then I had a real life example, and you're like, sick. We're not friends. We're brothers.
You know what? I was thinking the other day that I was like, if we lived in the same town and saw each other more often and rode with more each other, I wonder if we'd even have this much fun on
True
on podcast.
That's a good one. All right, fine. Don't move here. I don't want
we got to keep these guys apart.
We got to keep these guys. Yeah, the distance keeps the heart fonder. Isn't that the phrase? But
identity shift. Risk equals evidence that you've become someone new.
Yeah.
Risk equals evidence that you're like taking on more risk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because as you're able to take on more, your risk factor goes up. So, you level up. Level up.
Yeah, there you go. Then evidence your life is expanding.
New skills, opportunities, self-respect, and stronger relationships.
Why are we saying this together?
It said no.
And we're brothers.
But yeah, so we do have a little clip for you guys. You don't have to listen to us all the time. Some girl named Haley. She's gonna talk about how mountain biking has changed her life and in transferable ways to life. And it should be good because she's got a great story. So we are going to roll that clip now.
Yeah.
Hold
Hey,
on.
if it sucks, I mean,
That was terrible.
well, we won't do that again. She came down sick. Yeah. Just joking.
Hello.
What did mountain biking teach you about yourself that you didn't expect to learn?
It literally taught me that as long as I believe in myself and I put my mind towards something, I can achieve it. Mountain biking was something that I didn't think that I would ever be able to do. Did that make sense? Was that grammatically correct? but um but I could do it. And I didn't have to be perfect at it.
Where do you see that same lesson showing up in your everyday life?
As long as I believe in myself, as long as I have patience with myself, and as long as I don't tell myself, you cannot do this, it's transferred in the fact that it's helped me achieve and believe that no matter what I want to accomplish, I can do it.
When was the moment you realized you were becoming a more confident writer?
Oh, that's a hard one. I mean, that's really, really hard.
Why?
Because I feel like after every ride, I learned something new. But I think the biggest one was probably really after North Star. Because after North Star, hitting the same trails that I was learning on and had a little bit of fear on just felt so freaking easy. And I was like, oh shit, I'm like really learning something here.
What fear did mountain biking force you to face the most?
I had to face my own self doubt and my own frustrations. Because I remember when I first started, and you know this, just little things, I'd be so mad. Just even when we were in Sedona, I don't even know how far we went up that trail, and I was cursing the whole time. And as I've progressed in mountain biking, it's gotten easier. I've started getting less frustrated.
I feel like that frustration came from the standard that you kept yourself at, and that you weren't meeting it as fast as you wanted it to, so you went straight to maybe not giving up, but wanting to like just walk away.
Yeah. And that was definitely my frustrations, is that standard, that almost unrealistic standard that I hold for myself, that almost like perfect standard. And it's like nobody is perfect. And I think as long as you celebrate those small achievements, as long as I was celebrating those small achievements, I was getting less frustrated with myself, realizing like you don't have to be perfect at this. You know, you're a beginner and it's okay to be a beginner at something.
So, mountain biking, do you think that, like, in that example you just gave me, that at work, that was, you weren't beating yourself up if you weren't getting, r- something correct the first time? You were able to take a beat. This is okay because you just started a new job, a couple months ago.
Yeah, that definitely translate, especially into starting a new job. Because when you're starting a new job, no matter what your skills are prior going into that job, you're learning something new. And I had to remember, like, I'm learning something new, and it takes time to get the hang of that. You're not just going to immediately be good at it, no matter what your skill level is or what you can bring into something. Like, it's a new place, it's a new environment. And I know, just based on I had to just trust myself and trust my own skills to remember that as long as I keep telling myself, hey, I'm learning, I'm new at this, and not getting frustrated with myself, it's
going to come to you eventually. Like the first few days I started my job, I was like, oh my God, this is so overwhelming. I was learning a new program. I was in a whole new environment. And now 6 months later, I'm so much more comfortable, so much more confident, but it's just having that perseverance to not give up, not to be super hard on yourself, and know that like you're gonna fucking get this eventually. Whatever it is that you're starting, whether it's a new job, a new sport. So yeah, mountain biking definitely translated into like I'm starting something new, and you just get better over time as long as you continue to believe in yourself and you just keep pushing. And that 100% translated into this new job. Just like, hey, it's new and it's gonna only get easier over time, and you're gonna get better at it as long as you keep pushing through it.
What do you tell yourself at the top of a trail when you're nervous?
When I'm at the top of a trail and I am nervous, to be very honest, in my head, I'm thinking, what the fuck am I doing? Well, you got this. Attack mode. Literally, it just goes back to the basics. It's thinking about literally the basics. And I'm not even kidding. It's just like, okay, you got to get into this stance. You need to position yourself on this bike correctly and get into that attack mode. And you've got this. Slow, steady, and controlled. But that's my thing. I know a lot of people like to go fast, but I'm like slow and controlled. And you're going to make it through. And if I have to, get off the bike, walk it a little bit, and then continue on.
For the record, I've never seen her walk a feature, but she's either all in or takes a different route. But how has mountain biking motivated you to train harder in the gym so riding feels better and more enjoyable?
Ooh, endurance, baby. I knew the second I started riding, I needed to work on my endurance. I'm just like, when I compare like our ride, and I don't know how many of our listeners have ridden Boggs Mountain or ridden up Scout in particular, but for me, this is a big one because when Leighton and I started riding, I remember riding up Scout and I don't even think I could make it to that first berm without getting off the bike and having to walk it. And it was just the other day where I made it all the way up Scout, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4 berms, 8 berms before Scout turns into Karen's, something like that. Yeah. 8 berms? There's not 8 berms, but there's a lot of berms, and I could not make it up there without walking my bike, and now I can make it without getting off the bike. And that's conditioning, that is pushing, that is not giving up, and that's telling yourself you can do this. I mean, I will start the trail now. Like even when we went the other day, my legs were already on fire. But I was like, I know you can work through this fire, because so many times we would start a climb, my legs would burn, and when I first started riding, I was like, my legs are burning, and then get off the bike because I didn't let myself push hard enough to just work through that. But now, after all this time and that training and that mindset of like, you can do this, and you know what it feels like after you just let it burn for a little bit, that it's going to feel so much better. So now I can make it up Scout, that feature that once used to be this very daunting thing. Now I can do it. Maybe a little winded, but at least I didn't get off the damn bike.
What about strength training for the downhill?
Yes. I still need to do more strength training, but that has definitely helped improve being able to, I guess, I don't know if stabilize is the right word to use. Obsessed boyfriend who tells me, we gotta go riding. Okay, we're going riding. But also knowing, and I know I throw a fit. I don't throw a fit every time.
Not anymore.
No. because I do. I honestly, I love writing and I enjoy it. But it's that not, and I don't even know if satisfaction is the right word. It's just that accomplishment. Like, hey, you freaking did this. You did something hard and it feels good. And every time we go writing, I notice a difference, whether it's my endurance, whether it's my confidence in writing faster, harder, more challenging. I loved how when we came back from North Star and I was I set myself over that log.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Oh my gosh. And we were at the top of what is that trail? Shaker. We were at the top of Shaker and we get up there and we look at each other and you're like, so what are you going to do? And I'm like, I have no idea. I'm just going to go for it. And I literally did. I just went as fast as I could because in my head, I was like, I fucking got this. And then sent it. And then sent it.
And she did great. It was crazy. She literally sent it. And I was like, holy crap. Anyways, yeah, it was amazing. How has choosing hard things on purpose made you better as a person, as a mom?
These are very self-reflective questions that I have not thought that deeply upon. Great questions, baby. Great questions.
You just said that.
Oh, yeah. Self-reflective question. We finished that trail and I'm sweating my butt off. I mean, for Sedona, it was hot. It was like 70 something, but 70 something degrees out there. And then wearing, what was I wearing? I was wearing all black. I had my full face on and knee pads and a chest plate. And again, just a beginner mountain biker doing my best. And when I watch the videos of us riding there, I'm like, wow, I'm going so slow. And just trying to do my best not to fall off the edge of a cliff. But I remember the feeling of when we got down off of that ride and we were riding back into the parking lot. I was beaming. I was sweaty. I was exhausted, but I was so happy and so proud and so accomplished. And like us riding, in the car, I just felt amazing. I felt on top of the world. And compared to how I felt when we like first got there, I was so scared and so nervous. And then we met those people and I was like, okay, cool. We're going to ride with people. And then my tires were at full inflation. And then we're just riding up the little trail just to get to the other trail. And I was bouncing all over the freaking rocks and I fell down and I'm trying to catch up and I have no endurance and I'm completely out of breath. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. But I just pushed through it. And I kept going. And I was pissed and I was mad. And I put a lot of pressure on myself. But at the end of it all, I look back on it and I'm like, you fucking did that. You did that. You've only ridden 3 fucking times or 5 times max. And here you are riding Sedona. Your person. That was a great time, man.
All right, last one. What would you say to someone, especially a woman who wants to start but feels intimidated?
Just do it. Do it. Because my whole life, I was too scared to try the things that I wanted to do. And if only I realized that it doesn't matter. Everybody fucking starts somewhere. You're a beginner no matter how old you are, where you begin. Just do it. If it's something that you want to do and it's something that you've always wanted to do it. Even if it's not something you've always wanted to do, but suddenly you're like, hey, I think I'm going to try this. Fucking do it. Don't waste any more time not trying things. because you don't think you're capable of doing it, because you're scared to do it, just do it and see where it goes. I need my own advice.
Thanks, baby. I love and appreciate you, and I'm insanely proud of who you are. And yeah, Drew, she's my favorite person to go riding with now.
Sorry, Drew.
By your story, it was just life-changing.
Wow, Haley, that was subpar.
That was wonderful. I was gonna say she has not recorded that portion yet, so
No, I liken what she said
Mhm.
based off of what is here. And I've seen following her along, you know, her Instagram, stuff like that. I've seen that progress and seen her progressing in the gym as well, which is rad. And so, you know, like you're right. I mean, she's got, in my opinion, a lot more risks, or she's taken more risks than others
Yeah.
based off of, you know, who she is, her age, her 2 kids, you know, all that stuff. On top of that, and so I mean, it's just that speaks wonders, and why it matters to take these. I mean, like, and she's so there's that side of it. I'm sorry, it's choppy, but
No,
there's
it's
that
good.
side of it, but also there's an awesome side of just like, and she's having a blast.
Yeah.
You know, she's having fun. But I liken to this to our community conversation too, because like you influenced Haley in biking and then CrossFit, and getting in shape and all that. I influenced you in mountain biking. You know, it's work. No. I'm not trying to be
Yeah, no.
goofy here, but you know, we have the power to influence others.
Mhm.
Like I got you into mountain biking, and I mean, I just wanted a mountain biking buddy, and you know, I liked you at the time. And you know, and I thought you'd really dig it, which you did. I thought it would help in your transition, which it did. It just took longer than I thought it would, or well, I don't know if I had expectations necessarily. But and here, years down the road, short years down the road, you're doing the same, influencing somebody else.
Yeah.
Take more risks, take calculated risks. Let's see how far you can go. And your life's better, her life's better, my life's better. I mean, it's that beautiful, I don't know, I hate to use the word synergistic, holistic community aspects that, I don't know, make the world awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that I really love that you said that, because like literally how she got started was we met, we became good friends. I told her I'd do CrossFit and mountain biking, and she was like, I've always wanted to try that. Both those. I've always wanted to try CrossFit, or I need to work out. And then she's like, I've always wanted to get back into extreme sport, and mountain biking looks awesome. And then like 3 days later, she bought a mountain bike, and it came here, we built it, and it went great. I was like, crap, this girl's, I mean, not crap, I'm proud, insanely proud, I'm jokingly, but I was like, she's better than me. But like, she always says she's not better than me, but at her starting period, she's only been riding for a year, and she's hitting black diamonds and tech, and yeah, she's phenomenal. I'm always so stoked to ride with her, but she, you know, she takes risks.
She wouldn't have had that if you didn't have that. If she didn't have that confidence in you and that ability to take risks, or even just gauge them alone, you know.
Yeah. She would not have pure joy unless it was for me. I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But yeah. So anyways, guys, in closing, you know, start mountain biking. Or if you've been thinking about it, like we've talked to people that have been encouraged by us to start mountain biking. I'm like, just do it. It's a lot of fun. Like when you said earlier that we're having a blast doing this, yes, this is all fun. It doesn't always have to be something super hard. We have a blast mountain biking every time we go.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the podcast.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Yeah. No, it's hard. But anyway, it's the podcast too. This is definitely a passion project for now. But anyway, start if you don't know what you want to do, start thinking about it. Start trying things. To go to gyms. There's climbing gyms. You can get in great shape doing climbing gyms. Like, gosh, I wish we had a climbing gym. CrossFit, like, go try it out. If it's not for you, and it's a way, you're saying it's not for you, not out of fear, you just didn't like it, then try something else. Don't give up, because you owe it to yourself to be having fun, to be getting stronger, to be growing. I'm always going to encourage you guys to do that. Yeah. So,
and then be looking out for who all you can influence by the risks you're taking, by the challenges you're taking. Who else? Go find buddies.
Yeah, your
Go find
family,
your spouse.
yeah, your kids.
Yeah, do it all together.
Do it for them. It's all on you. They're not there for you. You're there for them. So, you're there as an adult man to encourage their life. They're not they're not here to take care of you, like.
Well, that later in life, they choose your rest home. Anyways.
Yeah, exactly. So, teach them to be amazing, and then that way they can get you a good home, or they won't just ditch you.
They don't hate your guts.
Yeah, they don't hate your guts, so. Because you're a raging a-hole, D-bag.
D-bag.
We love you guys. Thanks for listening. We're here because of you, and we love it. And
I love most of you guys. And I'm glad you're here too.
All of you guys but me is what he means. So,
but you.
But you. Anyway.
Mercy.
Wow, that was really great. Thanks, Haley. Like our minds are blown.